Good morning, Shane.
Buenos días, mi amiga. ¿Cómo
Ah,
estás?
bien. Or bueno. Bueno. Yeah.
Bueno, that works.
Yeah.
Está bien, bien, bueno,
Yeah.
good.
Bien. Bueno. Yeah. Uh,
Bien, bien.
and I know what you're doing. You're doing your best to be your best.
Always, man. That's all you can do. In this world of natural disasters and Donald Trump, all you can do is be your best to be your best.
Well, I can say this. We were walking to the dog park yesterday, and they have been around the corner. They've repaved the whole street. They're fixing sidewalks, put lines where people never could park on the street. Now they can park on the street. So now it's like a narrow street anyway, right? I
Yeah.
mean, one car could come up, one car could go down. It's a neighborhood, right? Now, because after 100 years, okay, you can park on the right hand side of the street, or you can park on the left hand. They've made lines. It's like if you build it, they will come. All these people, all these years who were never parking on the street,
I'm not parking on the
now because
street.
you made a line, they are parking on the street. That's so
Where were they
bizarre.
parking at before?
Right. That's one second every time and I barely drive, but I bitch about this every time I walk. I'm like, where were they parking before? And now it's creating a gridlock because now you have to, because people are parking on either side of the street, you've got to wait and let
Till
traffic
somebody
go.
comes up before
Right.
you can
And there
go
was
down.
always the two bookends of the street were always like that, right?
Yeah.
Where somebody was on one side of the street. But now in the middle part, somebody's on one side of the street. So it's so crazy. But Jason, my husband was like, I'm doing a lot of road work in Atlanta. So you mean not just in Decatur? He's like, yeah, all over the city. I said, Joe Biden, infrastructure,
Yeah, they're building
spending
out
that,
the infrastructure.
spending that infrastructure bill money, and
That is.
they're building a speed bump. Well, first of all, so let me. It's a funny story. So Eric went out driving with Eric the other day. She's learning how to drive, and so I said, "That's a speed bump." She's like, "I don't know what a speed bump is." So, but
Did
anyway,
she take it slow over
yeah,
the
she
speed
did.
bump? Okay.
But she's not good with her turn signals. I'm like, dude, you have to use your turn signals. You have to use your turn signals anyway. But they're building a speed bump right at the stop sign,
That's
and I
weird. That's
was,
like
yeah,
double in time. This is like
right.
double negative. Like, why are
That
you?
means they'll stop you from floating, from
Yeah.
pausing. They'll stop that pausing at the stop sign.
Yeah.
So
People
they're
have just
building
been
a
running through the light.
speed bump. Well, it's this little street, right? But they've been going, yeah. Anyway, so anyway, that's my
Decatur news update.
yeah, that's my update. Yeah. Oh, and so that must be the money because I've lived over here, I don't know, since 2000. And in the city, like there's a one street that takes near our house. It goes all the way downtown. It goes all the way through. I mean, it goes forever, right? And there was this pothole in front of this barbecue shop, restaurant for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. They finally fixed the street. So
Oh my god, that
it's all
pothole's
nice.
part. It's part of the neighborhood. There are kids who grew
Well,
up
no,
learning how to
people,
drive with
yeah,
that pothole.
you know what? That's probably true because it's like boom, boom. It's like one of those. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't understand. So yeah,
they learned defensive driving with that pothole.
yes. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
No, y'all will give you this. I, for a while, thought the whole Joe Biden student loan forgiveness thing was bullshit. And I
Why?
was talking to my best friend Stacy, and she was like, "No, her student loans got forgiven through the program or whatever." I was like,
Wow.
"Oh shit, people
Well,
really
you
getting their
thought the
student."
people weren't. You thought it
I
wasn't
thought it
real.
was just yeah, I thought it was just political bullshit because it's like, do you know anybody that actually has gotten it done? I didn't know anybody who shit got
Well, I
forgiven
didn't think it
or
got
whatever.
passed. So that's. I know that he was trying. I mean, everybody's like people that we are so selfish. People that don't want to pay for other people. We pay for other people's stuff all the time.
Yeah, we do.
We bailed
People
out
complaining.
banks. We bailed out airlines. We bailed out automobile companies. But we can't pay for our neighbors' school.
Apparently, we can. So it's actually happening. So I'm actually going to go online and apply for it
Oh,
because
you have
we've paid
student
off.
loans?
Yeah, I still have some left over. We paid
Oh,
off all our
wow.
student loans. We paid off all hers, but I still have a few of my
You do?
lingering. Hmm.
Wow.
You
Okay.
know, the struggles, not even the struggles, but going to a private HBCU is pricey as it's a lot. It's
Hmm.
expensive going to private HBCU. So yeah, still got those student loans lingering in the background. And
Wow, that is crazy. And you graduated how many years ago?
whoa,
I'm
whoa.
sorry.
put my business out here on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, girl, calm down. Asking me all this personal information. How long ago did you graduate? You know, let's talk about that.
Oh my gosh, I'm 57.
Goodness
I have
gracious.
nothing to hide. You're trying to cap
Lord have
that
mercy.
cabin.
Let me see. What? Not the cap. You going after my head? Oh, you on one today? Okay, I see. You on one today? Woo wee! All right.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that's funny. I was talking to
hide behind your cap.
I was talking to a candidate yesterday, and I think she didn't. Her sister lives in Penn Hills, and that's where I grew up. Well, I moved there when we were 15, and so she was like, "Do you know the Squires?" And I was like, "I don't know that name." And I was like, "Well, when did they graduate?" And she was like, she's trying to be kind. She was like, "Well, I don't know. There's some that just graduated." I was like, "Nope." She's like, "There's some that are in their 40s." Like, "Nope." There's some that are in their mid 50s. Like, "Yep, that's me. That's my box." So, but I still didn't know them.
Yeah,
So
you know, it's weird when
Squire.
people expect you to know people in places. When people find out I'm from St. Croix, they be like, "Oh, I have a cousin who went to St. Croix. Do you know?" Blah, blah. I'm like, "Well, how long were they there?" They were there for like 2 months. I'm like, "So I'm supposed to just know the person that hung out in St. Croix for 2 months 5 years ago?" No, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Your
Well, and in
random
my high school class, so my high school was so big that the 9th and 10th grade were in one building, like a different
Damn.
school,
Yeah.
and 11th and 12th were in a different one. So,
Whew.
so my year there were like 860 graduates.
God damn.
But the year before there were 1,100.
1,100 graduates.
Now this was back, it's obviously a long time ago, but
what's crazy
is
is
getting smaller now.
You had 1,100 graduates in that one class. In my entire
School
student body population at my HBCU was 1,200 students.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yup.
Well, who are we, Shane? Because I forgot to
Man,
ask.
who are we? We are two seasoned, uncensored corporate veterans who are here to pass along the wisdom received from lessons learned from mistakes made in hopes that you don't make the same mistakes that we did. But if you do, if you decide that mistake making is something that you want to do, something you want to partake in, well, hopefully you can come here and laugh about it, because we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you because we know it's a choice. And it's a choice that you made.
You're right. It's a choice. I have something funny to share. Not funny, haha, but peculiar.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, my husband sent me an article about white sounding names getting called back for jobs more than black ones. I'm like, you don't watch our show at
obviously he doesn't watch.
But he said you probably already know this. So at least he did preface it that way.
But I mean,
and I was like, yes, and I sent him the episode.
So, I wonder if he listened to it.
He didn't, because I asked him the other day, did you listen to it? He said no, not yet.
You know what? I respect.
But he tried to tell me. He tried to talk to me about AI and the jobs it's going to replace, like how attorneys. I was like, dude, we was on that in 22.
Yeah. Did you listen to us then either?
22.
No,
was that was? I know that was a good 22. That wasn't even last year. I don't think. But we need, you know what you need to do, Shane? Go on there and pull some of that AI stuff out
and put it out. Yeah.
Yes, and put it out, because we were already talking about that. Like, y'all late now. Y'all just
very late.
Having your papers written in your thank you letters. Okay.
They're using AI on such a basic level, not even maximizing AI.
Just
basic. If you want to know how to use AI properly, contact Manifested Dreams.
Yes.
www.manifestedDreams.org. Organization here to help you use your AI to the best of your abilities.
I was offended. I was like, Shane is the AI guru. What are you talking about? I'm learning from the master. Now the masses are getting, okay, whatever.
I think it's funny, like how our spouses don't, because Christian was one of our most staunch listeners in the beginning.
Was.
Yeah, now she's falling off. Chris don't listen to it anymore. So now every time I talk to her about something we talk about, I'd be like, if you were listening to the show, you would have known, but.
That's so funny. But you know who is our listener? Jason Cardozo.
Shout out to Jason
Cardozo. Our girl, what's her name? Heavens, her name starts with a P. What's her name? I'm losing my mind. Waters. Help me.
Waters? A girl at Waters?
A lady. Yeah, she lives here. She lives in Dallas. Yes, she lives in Dallas, Georgia.
I didn't even know there was a Dallas, Georgia. Learning something new every day.
Oh my gosh.
While you're looking for that up.
No, I need you to find it. I need you to
Um,
remember.
I didn't know anybody from Waters who lived in Dallas,
Portia.
Georgia.
Portia.
Oh, she lives in
Yeah.
Dallas, Georgia. Okay,
Yes. She lives in Dallas, Georgia. So
didn't
yes.
know.
Thank you, Portia. She always listens. And Jason. Oh, thank you, Jason. And Tracy. I know Tracy always listens too. I mean,
Stace listens.
yeah,
My
There's some people I could just like, it's like click. I'm like, they must like and subscribe because they get it. Know as soon as it
most
comes up.
definitely.
So anyway.
Stace
All right,
just
what
got
else?
put onto our show, and she went back and listened to all our old episodes too.
She did. Oh,
Yeah,
we need to
shout
send
out
her
to
a
Stacy.
t-shirt. We need to send her a
Facts.
t-shirt. You know, Beanie said he wants a t-shirt because he wants to be our
A little dog
Yeah, he
mascot.
wants to be our mascot. He doesn't like the word mascot, okay, because he says he has more of a contribution than that. He wants to be a partner.
Mascato.
Yeah, so he was saying, yeah. So,
Beanie got a lot of opinions.
the other day, but he's pretty quiet though. The other day I went to pick up we did a pottery class in February. So we picked up our pottery on Saturday night, and I went and I have 2 Lab Recruiters t-shirt on, and it was a young lady who helped me. She's like, "Oh, 2 Lab Recruiters." Oh, she's like, "I like that. That's a pun."
No, like, no, it's a podcast.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Yeah, we have a podcast." Yeah. I wonder if I said that to her. I don't think I did. She just said, "Oh, that's like 2 Live Crew." I was like, "Yes," and I don't even think I said that.
You didn't
I'm
even pump
slacking
the
on my pimping.
podcast.
Did not, did not, did
You could
not.
tap into the whole pottery community.
I know.
Mm.
When I tell you that the pottery people, I'm having a hot flash. The pottery people are serious. Okay, that place is open until 10 at night.
People watch one ghost movie, and now that everybody want to be
till
in
10 at
pottery
night,
class.
and
Ooh, is it called Pottery After Dark?
No, what's the pottery place called? I can't remember the name of anything.
Couples pottery.
No, it's not. Well, they have a couples pottery class, but it wasn't. It was a mom there with her 2 daughters.
Oh, see, they missing out. They call it a ghost night. Tap into your inner Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. Mm-hmm. Everyone share one. What do you call them? Reels or wheels?
It's called Mudfire. Mudfire Studio. Yeah.
What is the tool called that you use? Is it a wheel or is it a like?
It's a wheel.
That's spinning.
Isn't it a wheel?
Mine, you tell
and
me.
It has a what you call it? It has a pedal. Yeah. I would show you. So it was like Jason made something for me. I made something for him, but I gave Ariel one too. I was like, "Ariel, look, here's something for your jewelry." She said, "Thanks," and she took her jewelry out of a Ziploc bag. Because when she went to Paris, she took her jewelry in a Ziploc bag. I'm like, I didn't know she did that. I would have given her a jewelry pouch. Or I would have said, like my mother told me when I was in college, only travel with what you're wearing. Don't store anything.
Interesting.
Because you won't lose it and it won't get, you know what I mean? You won't lose it that way.
Yeah. Well, look at you with your American flag fan.
Yeah, I know.
All you need is Make America Great.
I know. My mom gave this to Ariel, and Ariel let me borrow it because I'm having a hot flash. And this is going to be bad. It's going to be bad because it's going to be bad. I've been doing, I thought, pretty good, but now that it's warm in the house,
hot flash has been ticking up a little bit.
And I have the air on. I have been so hot.
Where's your fan?
What fan? This one?
No, you're like, didn't you have a desk fan at one point in time?
I need a desk fan. No, I have my little fan that goes around my neck, but I need to charge it. I'm going to break a year later. I'm going to break down and get that thing.
You still ain't got the cooling bracelet?
I'm going to get it and see. I was messaging them because they're like, you can like rent it. And I was like, but if you rent it, if you have it for, 10 months, and you may as well just buy it because it's like $300 or something like that. It's $20 a month. And I said, what if I decide I want it? They're like, no, you have to just return it and then buy it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's not a lease to own program.
No, it's not. So I just need to buy one because Oh, but you know what? I didn't take my menopause stuff today either. So I guess.
Oh yeah, there it is.
All right, what else is going on?
Shit, life be life, and that's it. That's it.
So, all right. So, last week, this is continuation, right? Or 100 of the most interesting jobs in America, according to Jamie Burt
at Indeed.com.
Given to you, by Indeed.
So last week we gave you
it was our recap,
Yeah, last week we gave you 1 through 10.
Yep.
And so some of the more cool jobs on there were like the cake decorator, tour guide, ski instructor, concierge. and whatnot. And so this week we'll start at number 11.
Oh,
And we're going
the
to
concierge. Hold on now. The concierge.
Okay.
Okay. I just thought about that. Lori and I, my sister and I, we went to Jamaica years ago. We stayed in downtown. Where do we go? It wasn't what is that? Where does everybody go in Jamaica?
Montego Bay.
Montego Bay. Downtown Montego Bay, off of Gloucester. And we check in. Dude has our bags. We give him a tip. And he said, "Can I get you anything?" And I was like, I'd like a Coke. And this is in the 90s. He asked for $20. I said, "Does a Coke cost $3?" He thought I meant Coke. Like, no, sir, a beverage. I know Coke was made with Coke back in the day, but I would like a Coca-Cola.
Now you gotta be specific.
Coca-Cola.
Man, we were in Jamaica, was it last year? No, the year before last year. So 22, we were in Jamaica. We're in South Coast. We had like a little over the ocean cabana. And even there, so when you get the whole cabana package, you get your private butler for your stay. And then you also get a private beach access as well. And even on the private beach access, the dude came up to us and was like, "You need something to smoke?" I'm like, "Nah, we good." He's like, "You sure I got what you need right now?" I was like, "I brought some edibles with me, so I'm good." Which I did. I always travel with my edibles, so you know, we didn't need it. But yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, they're gonna ask you. I feel like Jamaica's leadership has shown its incompetence on so many levels. If Jamaica was to brand their own brand of marijuana and call it like Bob Marley, they would have $1 billion industry, and that would help that country's infrastructure grow so much because everybody wants weed from Jamaica, even if it's not the greatest weed in the world. People think it is, and so
just because
it's from Jamaica, like they are missing out. And the fact that they still ban marijuana in Jamaica is absolutely, I think that is insane, ludicrous. It is insane. Yeah. St. Croix, where I'm from, Virgin Islands, they recently legalized marijuana, but now it's going through a whole bunch of like stuff to figure out how it's going to actually be done and whatnot. But yeah, Jamaica is missing out on so much money.
Yeah, if the former Speaker of the House, a staunch Republican, is in the weed business, Jamaica definitely needs to be in it.
Jamaica's missing out. Anyway, so hopefully that'll make our interesting job list next year or soon. They figure that shit out on there. But so we'll start number 11. Number 11 is actually quite interesting because it's almost the same as number 8 from last week. So number 11 this week is wedding planner, and number 8 last week was wedding consultant.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Wedding consultant is responsible for helping the bride and groom plan their wedding, while a wedding planner is responsible for ensuring that everything runs smoothly at the wedding. And so
that's a weird tie. It shouldn't be planner then because they're not planning.
No, they're not. They're executing.
They're wedding executor.
Something like that. Yeah. So it's very, very similar but different. So the national average salary for a wedding planner is $49,303 per year.
Okay.
Let me see. Number 12 on our most interesting jobs list is a park ranger. A park ranger, the national average salary for a park ranger is $49,826.
Okay.
A park ranger is responsible for protecting and supervising the outdoor areas at the park. And it makes me wonder if the Yogi, what was the park ranger?
I was just thinking Yogi Bear.
Yeah, what was he making? Because I'm not sure if he was being paid enough to deal with fucking Yogi Bear that whole time, bro. Because that nigga was the worst. Like he was always doing something. Him and Boo Boo.
Yeah, him and Boo Boo.
Always causing drama, right? Funny. Like 49,000 ain't enough to deal with that shit. Like I'm just
no, you know that they were not. What was? Did we even know his name, or was just Park Ranger?
Yeah, I didn't know what his name was. I thought it was just the Park Ranger. Yeah.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo. It's funny. Let me see. So number 13
Yogi was a bum, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was just a bear who would, like, just a bear. He just go eat off other people. He was a bear who could walk and talk and have a conversation. But
Yes.
he wasn't trying to maximize that. He wasn't trying to maximize his income. He wasn't putting on shows. He wasn't
No, he wasn't
trying
gonna
to.
talk or juggle or
Yeah, he can do
anything.
all this, but he just want to lay around the park and steal people's
What
food
is
or
what
whatever.
is guy? What is dude?
With his homie, exactly.
Yeah, it's home with homies. Yeah, I don't. Okay.
That's fine. So number 13 on the list is a horticulturalist.
Okay.
Now a horticulturalist, their
Mm-hmm.
national average salary is $50,235 per year.
Oh, okay.
Now, many people like myself may not even know what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And what a horticulturalist does is they're responsible for overseeing the cultivation and maintenance of plants and crops. Sounds a lot like a farmer to me,
Yeah.
but
What's the difference?
let me see, because we had farmer. A farmer is responsible for growing and raising crops and
Okay.
animals for
Mm-hmm.
food processing. So I guess a farmer, you're trying to take care of the cultivation
Horticulture's
and
like the
maintenance.
person who like made the grow food in the sand, like an Epcot. Remember you went to Epcot back in the day,
Yeah,
and they do stuff like that. They come up with new ways to make.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
Number 14 on the list,
Mhm.
it coming is a caterer. A
Okay.
caterer, the national average salary for caterers are about $52,177 per year. Pretty decent. A caterer is responsible for providing food for special events like weddings and conferences. Man, there's some cool caterers out there, black-owned caterers. I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
the pages on IG where they put on a fucking show. Like their spread is like very elaborate. They got like little
Mm-hmm.
sparklers coming out the spread, and it's like tiered, and it
Like
is
a
like
hair
a
show, but for
oh
food.
my gosh, it is nice. And they'll be like, yeah, it's like $15,000, or somebody put out, here's what $15,000 got me with my caterer, and that joint will be amazing. And I'd be like, you know what? That was $15,000 well spent. That looks like it should have
Mm-hmm.
cost you $15,000 just for the show of it all. Or whatever.
Well, my neighbor, I know I've talked about him. He's an architect by trade, but he is a chef, Chez Montier, or
Chez
that's
Montier.
the name of his company. And he draws out his plates. Like
Oh,
he
what do you
plans
mean?
out like he like how he's going to serve how the
Yeah,
food's going to, you know what I mean? It's
look on
all
the plate.
geometric.
Oh
You're
wow.
so stupid. Yeah, he sketches. He sketches.
And
He
so then,
sketches.
does he get the customer's approval
No,
full first, or
no.
does he just
I
oh
mean,
okay.
someone comes in, they want to soiree, a private one, like the owner of the Falcons, or if he does something for Delta or something for me. Like once I was lucky enough.
You see the circle
um,
that Trish runs in, guys.
oh
Owners of
please, I
Delta,
can't. Please,
owners of Falcons, Delta, and Trish.
I don't know them.
That's her. That's her
Those are
circle.
his. Those are his clients, not mine. I'm adjacent. I'm just
You are
adjacent.
on that client list. Somebody goes down
Okay,
his client list. They see Moncure. They see that. They're like, oh, okay,
okay.
they're boss family right there. All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's like so anyway, I guess you should kind of tell him, he decides. You tell him what you kind of
Yeah,
want and and then he just goes
that's
off
cool,
into
man.
it.
That's
Mhm.
what's up. All right. So number 15 on our list is caretaker. A caretaker
Ugh,
is coming
that's
in at national
interesting.
average. You know what? I think it's interesting because of the stories you hear while taking care of older folks or whatever. A lot of
Okay.
nurses, you see nurses confess about things that they hear people say on their deathbed, and they're
Mhm.
confessing about the crimes they've committed, or things that they've done or wish they didn't do or whatever. So I think that could make it interesting. So
Hmm.
caretakers are coming in at a national average salary of $52,544 per year. They are responsible for assisting people with their daily activities, whether at home or inside an assisted living facility. So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Caretakers are doing the dirty work.
They are. I mean,
They
they
are,
are
shout out
just
to them. They're changing the bedpans. They're changing the sheets. Caretakers are looking out for our elderly community. So
and
I'm
everybody that's sick isn't elderly either. So yeah.
That's true. No, my mom was in a rehab facility recently,
Mhm.
recovering from surgeries and whatnot, and the caretakers there were excellent, very
Mhm.
much on point, and really shout out to them for getting my mom back up and running as she should.
Absolutely.
Let me see. Number 16 on our list this week we have event planner. Now,
Okay.
event planning, you can definitely see how interesting that could be because the requests you could get can go right to left on the spectrum, right? The national average salary for an event planner is $52,757. And event planners, they are responsible for ensuring that events run smoothly. That's it. Very general, very basic.
But don't they have
Nothing.
to wait a minute? Do they not put the event together?
Yeah, I
They
mean
just make sure it runs
they're
smoothly.
like project managers basically because their primary duties include
Oh,
liaising with vendors and stakeholders during events, maintaining budgets, booking entertainers, photographers, and venues, and conducting
yeah.
final walkthroughs of the day to ensure everything meets the required standard. So they're project
Okay.
managers. If everybody
Okay.
wants to know what a PM does, that's pretty much what PMs do.
Well,
They
I always thought because my one of my sisters has a friend, I think his name's Andre, and he's an event planner, but he puts on big things, like big soirees. But he puts it together. Is that not is that the same thing? Or
just
is that
yeah, this doesn't say they put it together. They say
they
you would
just
think,
ensure?
yeah, they book the entertainment, the
Yeah,
photographers, the
yeah,
venues,
you get
and then they
them
do a final walkthrough.
like on like that dude on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills who comes out. He used to do Lisa's events, and he did Kyle's event that was at the stadium. She had a benefit for her friend who had committed suicide,
Oh,
and she did it
yeah.
at where the Rams play, and he
Okay.
and the Asian dude
The Rose Garden? No.
is
Rose Bowl. No, not there.
no, it's so is it SoFi? I might be making that up.
SoFi, yeah, it might be
Okay,
SoFi Stadium. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So anyway,
That's
anywho,
cool.
okay,
Yeah, I
carry
think
on.
event planning can be hella interesting. Can you
That's
imagine some of the
yeah, and then
requests
you're
you
there,
get?
you're at the party, you get the yeah.
Because an event doesn't have to be a party. It can be anything.
Well, yeah, whatever.
You can be planning a proposal. You can be planning a key party. I wonder if they event planners do key parties.
What's a key party? Like the
You know,
swingers?
yeah, like a swingers key party.
What made you think of that? That's very specific.
Sex is not far from my mind. It's usually right around the
Lunchtime.
outside.
Okay, we'll
It's
just okay.
yeah,
Bless
it's
your
right
heart.
around there or whatever.
Bless your
Because I think event planning,
okay.
like what's the limitation
We want this to be
on
able to be on
exactly
Spotify. So
what's the
what
limitation on an event? Or as an event planner,
there's
do
no
you
limitation, I guess.
yeah, so it can be any event. Somebody just doesn't feel like planning something. They can be like, hey, I want to do this. Can you put it together for me? And
Hmm.
then it's up to them to plan it. Because remember there was that story a few years ago about the one bakery was in Denver or something where they refused to make a cake for a LGBTQI couple. And
Yeah.
then the couple sent them because it's like, you get all kind of requests, and then it's, I guess, up to you whether or not you're going to take the request or whatever.
But who won?
I think the
The
baker
baker
one.
won?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're
Wasn't
private.
one of those they found that it was fake? It wasn't real.
Oh, for real? I didn't know.
The-
Because yeah, there was a couple of them that kept popping up, over and over
Yeah.
again or whatever. Yeah.
And it turned out not to be true, but I don't know. So they're protected. They don't have to they don't have
They
to
don't
serve
have
somebody they
to.
don't want to
Yeah,
serve
I guess when you're
or
yeah
make
in your
something they don't want
private
to make.
business, yeah, nobody can't make you take my money.
That's a weird line to draw in the sand, though. I mean, to me,
But if you have a car detailing
because
business,
then they have to get an attorney. That was a very
yeah, they
expensive
went to
line,
court. Yeah, they went to
right?
court
So they
for it.
had to, and it went to Supreme Court. So you have to have
Hmm.
an attorney to defend your
Right to
stand.
refuse somebody's business.
That could put you out of business. How do you afford that?
You know.
Or
I
is it
don't
so
know.
high profile that it was a pro bono
Yeah, you
case? Because I
probably
mean,
or you can get a lot of business from people who support you
oh,
in your stance you took or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
and your
But yeah,
bigotry.
I would think that event planning could be pretty freaking cool, man. Because if you get popular enough, somebody tells you like plan their Super Bowl party or like, really like high end stars. Like for
Mhm.
instance, Rihanna, she did that concert in India for 5 million. Dude, somebody
At the wedding.
planned that. Yeah, like there was an event planner that put that together. Like
Oh
that
yeah.
family was like, hey, I want to throw my son a birthday party.
Spare no
And we
expense.
spare no expense, and we want Rihanna to do it. And so now you're an event planner, but now
My 3 favorite words: spare no expense.
exactly spend what you want. Next on the list of favorite things to say to me or whatever. All
Oh
right.
gosh.
So after event planner, we have number 17 is a booking agent.
Booking agent. What are they
Yeah,
booking?
booking agents. I guess they are responsible for coordinating the appearance of artists and performers. So their primary duties include looking for new talent, identifying potential gigs, and negotiating contracts. So booking agent. That sounds a lot like a manager, but I
Yeah.
guess they're one and the same. The national average salary for a booking agent is $60,261
Okay.
for a booking agent. No,
How do you, I wonder how you get, yeah, we may have to do some research. Like, how do you,
how do you become
a
booking
follow up?
agent?
Like, how do you get into some of these more interesting things? How do you do that? So, yeah.
And staying in the same list of entertainment, and we have number 18 coming in is a stylist.
Oh,
A stylist national average salary is
stylist.
$62,394.
Okay.
Yes, stylists, they're responsible for providing beauty services. Their primary duties include cleaning and cutting hair, performing hair treatments, and recommending products. Some stylists also perform other services like manicures, waxing, makeup application, and facials.
They do?
I guess you getting fancy, really
Your
nice
style?
places. I thought stylists was just about clothing. I didn't
I
realize
thought it was
stylists.
clothing too. I
Yeah,
don't. I
apparently.
see. I saw Jared Carmichael styles. She just bought clothes.
Yeah, I didn't see her lining him up. She wasn't cutting his hair. I would think that's what your
Your
barber
barber does.
or your
Yeah.
hairdresser. Yeah.
My hairstylist is in Miami right now. With
What are they
his,
doing in Miami?
he's doing fancy hair.
For who?
I can't say.
Oh, but stars,
Celebrity
celebrities.
entertainers. Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
Mhm.
that's the type of list that you're on, huh?
I'm
My
not on
goodness.
that
Look at
list.
that.
Well, yeah.
Yes, you are on that list. You're on the client list. I'm just saying, like, you are on a lot of client lists for a lot of high-end people, but somehow I appreciate how you
I'm broke.
I
Somehow
appreciate how
I'm not
you try to stay
influential,
humble.
and yeah.
You try to stay humble about it, but anybody that has a list, your name is on that list of
Okay.
their clients. That's what's up. So number 19,
Alrighty.
a fashion designer.
Ooh.
So now this is weird because fashion designer and stylist, again, in my mind, I thought they were the same thing. But a fashion designer, a national average salary is $64,896. Primary duties for a fashion designer is they're responsible for designing clothing and accessories. These primary duties include conducting market research to identify new trends and techniques, selecting fabrics, and collaborating with the team members to select seasonal themes or make edit to the lines.
Okay.
Who's your favorite designer?
You know what? I'm just not a designer. I don't like designer. I mean, okay. I'm gonna say I don't like, because who wouldn't? I don't believe in spending that much money on clothing.
Hmm? I have
So
favorite
I
watch designer.
like,
I have watch designer, Tally and Twine. They make my
well, I
favorite
like,
watches.
see, if it were between, spending, $2,000 on a sweater or getting a piece of jewelry, I'm a jewelry person.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I'm
a jewelry
not,
person too.
but I like, I mean, whoever the, most popular jeans. I mean, I did all the, when they, it was the Joes and all the different jeans. I do like jeans. I like jeans and sweat, but now I really like sweatpants, yoga pants, and sweatshirts and t-shirts. That is my,
That's your go-to. That's your jam.
yeah, that's my uniform. So
Lululemon
I
and
put some jeans on the other week. We went to dinner, and I was like, oh,
this is what jeans feel like.
this is
Okay.
this is kind of like, I have on jean shorts today. I'm like,
So,
oh, because Ariel pulled all her jean shorts out. She was like, look, it's jean shorts time. I'm like, okay, I'll put some jean shorts on.
are you and Ariel the same size? Y'all can exchange clothes?
No, because she's like, Ariel is taller than me. We do wear the same size underwear, which might be too much information. So I usually try to wash my undies. Like, she washes her clothes, I wash mine. Sometimes her
Yeah.
stuff gets on mine. And we bought the same ones. Like, I bought myself some and bought her. And I was like, Ariel, all my Victoria's Secret underwear are gone. You must have them. And she was like, you want them back? I'm like, nope.
Like, you got it now, homie.
Nope. So she weighs more than me. She's taller than me, but she's just muscle. So no.
Yeah. That's
Like my yeah. So she's, yeah. No, we're not. She has given me some bras that were too small.
Too small for her. Like, here, mom, you can have these.
I'm like, thanks, Ariel.
Thanks for passing it down. I'm for you to get some Fenty. Like, y'all need to go on some Fenty shopping stuff. You know what I'm saying? support.
Yeah, because I know
Support
you're
Riri
right.
a
Because
little
I
bit,
bought a
please.
bunch. I probably should. I mean, after that, I probably should. Like, I've got Ariel some lipstick and stuff like that, but I haven't bought it. I haven't purchased any clothes, or lingerie rather. And I probably should because I'm always looking for a new pajama. Like, I'm hot at night, so I'm always looking for something
Yeah,
skimpy. I mean, not
Riri
like
got
Frederick,
you.
not Frederick's of Hollywood, but like cotton too,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
cotton, but
cotton skin. Yeah,
skimpy. Yeah,
Rihanna has a lot of that.
like
Whatever.
soft, like the soft cottons. I love the soft
Facts.
cotton. So anyway,
Most
yeah.
definitely. So number 20 on our list for this week is video
Oh,
game
wait a minute.
designer.
Oh, you already said it. We were
Oh,
gonna do it.
I'm
Oh, all
sorry.
right,
My bad.
sorry.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can edit it. Let's do it again.
Okay.
All right. So coming
right.
up, last one on the list this week. I can't hear nothing again.
You can't hear it?
No,
Why can't you hear it?
because it ain't playing.
It did.
Oh, there we go. Kind of a little bit.
That is so weird. You can't hear
Right
it.
there. I hear it more when you hold it away from the mic.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm not gonna do it.
So like hold it
All right.
like close to you and then
Again?
Yeah. Yeah, nope. Can't hear. All right, so numbers. So 20 on the
Wait a
list
minute, is this thing
is this thing
thing
on?
working?
Is this on? Tap tap.
So funny.
That's funny. It's a video game designer. And
Video game designer.
Yeah, video game designer national average salary is $95,223. Video game designers make more than Caitlin Clark will in her first year playing in the WNBA and her second year.
Oh, wait a minute. What's her salary gonna be?
Oh my gosh, like $72,000. It's been the whole thing. Like everyone's been talking about how low the WNBA salaries are or whatnot. And I'm like, oh, what do you that's what's gonna happen if we don't actually support the WNBA.
Right.
It's the price of business. Like it's not something that is being malicious. It's literally like they
don't have any money.
Yeah, like they get a piece of the profit from the organization and then they split that up amongst the salaries. And the pie in which they are making their money out of is not as big as the NBA pie. And therefore
nowhere near.
Yeah. So if you want to see WNBA players make more money, you got to actually go support them. You got to go the same way the college players were selling out stadiums. The WN players got to sell out stadiums. Yeah. Caitlin Clark's first year, she's gonna make $76,535 dollars.
So she'll make all her money from endorsements.
Yeah, basically, like her, Angel Reese, like everybody was worried about, especially Angel.
Where did Angel go? I didn't watch it.
Angel went number 7. She's gonna be in Oklahoma.
7.
Yeah, but yeah, she's all her endorsement money is traveling with her. She's all her NIL contracts are gonna be converted over into regular endorsement contracts, and she'll keep making her millions. Yeah, they're definitely making all their money from their endorsements, not from their WNBA pie or whatever. I always had this theory though that we should treat the WNBA and the NBA as like a double header on game nights. So the team should be in sync. And so if like the Indiana Fever are playing that night, then the Indiana Pacers, like the Fever should open up the first game, then Pacers the second game.
Hey, but you know what probably happened? Because even last week or 2 weeks, whenever the Final Four was, my husband said, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I can't be heard.
No, I can hear you.
He said, because the Sunday game, the girls' game came out at 3. He's like, and then the next night, he's like, this should have came on in the afternoon too. He's like,
anybody got time for this?
50-year-olds don't want to be up to 12 o'clock watching basketball. Like it should come on at a decent hour.
And the numbers showed it. The women, the NCAA Women's Championship was 18.4 million. The men's were only like 13 or 14 million viewers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they wouldn't do that because they were afraid that more people would watch the WNBA. They see them as competition. You watch one. Oh, I already watched one game tonight.
But it don't matter. You already paid for it, especially for us who go see the game. Like even people were like, oh well, what if they don't go see the women's game? Well, they already paid for the more expensive ticket because your ticket's going to include both games, so tickets going to be a little bit
Oh,
more
that's what you're
expensive.
saying? The tickets
Yeah,
include I thought you meant viewership. Okay.
not just viewership, but also people who go to the live games, right?
Okay.
So you see them, you get to see the women play first, and then you have like a break, and then the men's game starts
That's a
after that or
long
whatever.
night. Okay, I don't see a lot of people doing that. Your butt's gonna fall asleep. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's like 4 hours, isn't it? How long is
6,
the game?
like
Games are
yeah,
3
like 3
hours?
hours,
Oh
yeah,
no,
something like that.
no, I don't think so, Shane.
You don't think so?
No, I think the viewer thing, like the same night or you know what I mean, something like that. But then you'd have to start really early. I don't know. There's gotta be a way. Or
Yeah,
like you
or just
said,
support
people
it.
go watch support them. Go to the games.
You just got to support it or whatnot. But then that
Go
comes
to the
out to
games.
marketing. Like you just got to think. I was doing some research on this, and it was basically in the 80s when the NBA became popular as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the 70s and 60s, they actually kind of did the same thing where the NBA had uh, dual games. Like on nights, they would show the college game and then they'd show the NBA professional game or whatever. Because up until throughout the 70s, attendance at NBA games were, around like less than 10,000 people or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And so it didn't get to its level of popularity till the 80s, which also coincides to when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson
Yes.
came
Yeah.
into the NBA, and they kind of
Yeah.
brought their college rivalry with them. They brought
Mm-hmm.
that college rivalry with them into the NBA, and that kind of helped uh, project things forward. But it still was a long time before the NBA got to where it is now. Uh, Fun fact that in Michael Jordan's last year with the Chicago Bulls, where he won that final championship, you know what
Mm-hmm.
his salary was his last year? $3.8 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. $3 million. That's
Yeah, it
all
was
Michael
low.
Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he got paid. Like the NBA,
Yeah.
the 2, 3, $400 million contracts that you're seeing out of Steph Curry and Giannis and all these folks now, that's just a new thing. That is
Yeah.
just now, that is what, 75, 80 years later, in this whole process or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't just happen. So a lot of people are like, oh, the
Yeah, because
WNBA
right, because
got
he was there living off the he was yeah, well, he was not living off
endorsements.
his salary, living off
Not at
endorsement.
all. Not
Mm-hmm.
at all. Everyone's like, oh, WNBA players should be getting paid what Steph Curry gets paid. It took a long time before
Yeah, to
Steph
get
Curry could get a
there.
$400 million contract with
That's a
the
lot
in
of
the
money. Though.
NBA.
Can you just imagine? I mean, that's so much
They
money.
said, yeah, he makes like $300,000
That's
a
so much money that
game,
he's making. How much?
like over $300,000 a game,
I mean, but just think of how much money the NBA is making if they can pay them.
billions,
That's what people miss.
billions. The
Like you're
TV
missing the lead.
contracts,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what the
you're
WNBA needs.
burying
So
the
we
lead there.
need support from the folks in order to get
Mm-hmm.
these women to get paid what they
Yeah.
should be getting paid, or what they're worth to get paid, whatever. Let's
Right.
cut the check, but before they can cut the
Right.
check, y'all got to go out support. You can't just yell cut the check and then don't
Right.
ever go to the games, don't ever
Yeah.
tune into the games. Like, what are we
And it's
doing here?
exciting. But you know what though? College basketball is more exciting than the pros anyway, because they play with a heart.
Yeah,
Like they have
they
something
play
to
with
prove. And the
passion.
pros, they're prima donnas. They're just
Yeah, they're trying not to get hurt so they can keep that
yes.
contract money coming in.
Mm-hmm.
College players,
Mm-hmm.
they're just playing for the passion of
They're
winning. Whatever.
Vikings. Yeah,
Yeah.
college, they're Vikings. Yeah, the boys,
Then they get
the
to the
girls.
professionals. Yeah, then they realize professionals like, nah, you need to tone down this Viking shit that you're doing. Calm it down.
You're gonna
You-
last 2 seasons on this.
Exactly. Like, take it easy, buddy. Take it easy. You're being a little too ambitious right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know that there's I know we always have not we, but women always talk about hair and stuff. There's there for the female college players. It always seems there's a uniform, not just their uniform, but their hair. They all wear the same ponytail.
Yep. I think
And it
that's
used to
gonna
be
be.
braids, and now it's like the ponytail. They all have the same ponytail with
And
the baby hair down.
yep, and they got their eyelashes done. Like, yo,
They're
I
like,
think
you can see through those eyelashes. They're like, oh my gosh, they're like caterpillars.
I really think that that's helped the college game
Because they're
translate
cute.
over
That's how
because
cute they
they're
are.
cute. Yeah, because they're actually presenting
They're made up. Those girls
made
look-
up.
They're
Yeah.
made up.
And they're not made up and then playing bad ball. Like they're made up, cute with nails. Some of the girls got nails, and they
They
are
do.
actually out there balling. Like they are
Yes.
balling. Like for real,
Yes.
doing their thing, balling while being cute. And I think
Yes.
that helps because people are like, oh, looks shouldn't matter. Why do you think
Wait, does it
NBA
help?
players?
Does it make the guys want to watch?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, all right.
I think, and then with NBA players, they go get lineups, they get their beards right, they go get their hair like they go get there and make sure everything's trimmed and looking good when they
Right,
have a
because they
big
come in
national
clean,
game.
right? They come
Yeah,
in clean, like off the
except
bus.
for Kevin Garnett, who excuse me, Kevin Durant.
No, yeah.
Kevin Durant, who has never brushed his hair
oh
once,
my
ever,
gosh.
ever,
He
while
looks
he's
like
been in the NBA.
he looks like like he just woke up from a
He
20-year nap.
literally just wakes up and goes play basketball. He looks like he just has never owned a brush, just never
Yeah, even his
looked
facial
at it.
hair, like it's
Don't
just.
care. He don't care. He don't try to line up
But
his
do you
hair.
think he doesn't care, or just
No. What
Oh.
what does he have to care about? Men present themselves in a fashionable, acceptable manner for the admiration of women.
okay?
Or if you
Is
like
he
men
married?
for the admiration. No, he's not. And
Okay.
so if you are already getting admired and admonished by
Well, don't
every
you have to
woman
look at
you want,
yourself? I think I do things for me. Like I look at myself, like, oh, I look like the crypt keeper. Let me put some lipstick on, or
I think that's a female
me-
thing.
Oh.
Men aren't looking in the mirror and be like, oh, I need to look good for myself today.
no.
Like, no. I've never been in a room with a man who looked in the mirror and be like, ugh, I need to go. Oh my, I can't believe I've been walking around looking like this today. I need to go do something with my
Really?
face.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
Men don't care.
Okay.
Men do not care. They care enough to get the attention of women. Or the attention of other men.
My
If
son,
they want the attention of
my
women.
youngest son looks at himself in the mirror all the time.
Your youngest son is always bagging a female. Like he always has a female. Like is he looking in the mirror to make sure that he looks good for
No, I
himself
think
or
he
to
thinks
bag
I know,
women?
because I think he thinks he's cute.
Right, but
Like
he
Like-
thinks he's
like-
cute. Yeah, like, oh, I look good when I
Justin
go out
Bieber.
there. But you should ask him,
girl.
like, are you looking cute for yourself or are you looking cute to make sure that girls think you're cute when you leave the house?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's for somebody else. Okay, you're right. Okay, then point taken.
Yeah. So, women care about, looking good for
Well,
themselves.
I hope one look
loving
good for me.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like
I
men
left
when
my
women
lip gloss in my pocket yesterday on
Yeah.
the way to the dog park. Because I
and
gotta
you'd be
be
like,
presentable.
oh, women be like, no, I got dressed for myself today. Nah, she probably really meant that when she told you that. Like she got dressed for herself today. She thought
Yeah.
she looked cute for herself. It didn't
Yeah.
have anything to do with you. She didn't get dressed to look good for you.
No, because I
Yeah.
remember there's been times I've gone to church and I thought, my outfit's so cute. I'm gonna cook dinner in it.
Oh my gosh, I used to love when we used to go to
It's so
church.
cute. I am not changing my clothes. I'm gonna wait till the last minute to change my clothes.
I used to love my wife in her church clothes. Like, I don't know. That's why we have 4 kids now. We had them back to back when we was going to church all the time. Because
That is so funny.
Sundays after church, get it popping every Sunday. Don't even come out the clothes. No. Y'all go watch cartoons. Mom and daddy be back in a minute.
I can't.
All right. So wait, the salary for the video game designer, I don't know if we even touched on that,
97.
was
95.
$95,223. A video game designer is responsible for designing characters, animation, art, and the levels for video games. Their primary duties include developing games by using various programming languages and testing early versions of games for quality control purposes.
Okay.
That's a pretty cool one. I like video
Yeah,
game
that's
designer.
cool. Jackson sold his PlayStation the other day.
What's he gonna do with it?
He sold it. I don't
No,
know
like,
why. I was like,
so
why?
you're not gaming anymore?
No, he's like, when's the last time you saw me play video games? I'm like, I don't know. I thought that your friends were over and I thought you played a month or so ago. He was like, no. I'm like, I think you did, but I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh wow, so he's too grown for video games now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever become too
I
grown
thought
for video
that
games.
I thought he would take it to school, like, because even Jay still plays video games. So when he comes home, I'll be like, Jay, can you do some? Yep, the game's almost over. It's almost over.
He still shout out to Jackson for walking away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe none of his friends play, and that's why he's not. Because Jay's friends play. They play soccer, they play basketball. Yeah. They both, yeah. Anyway,
The first person shooter games like Call of Duty, I mean, it is. I feel like games like that are necessary to release your frustration from having a bad day.
really,
Just get on the sticks and go shoot somebody.
oh gosh, I don't think I'd want to do that. I mean, the other day I was so mad. I felt like a dungeon dragon. I just wanted to throw dishes. I wanted to go to one of those break rooms and just
Oh yeah, rage rooms are awesome.
yeah, rage rooms. I'm like, I just want to go break some stuff. Like,
Are you sure?
stuff. Anyway,
That should
I'm
be
trying to
your
find one. I
next
think
date night. Your next date night should be in the
I
rage room.
tried to find one. We all need to go to a rage room. We all do. Because Ariel said to me, I was like, "Ah." She was like, I said, Gary, you need to go to bed because it's late. This is a few nights ago, and it was like almost 12. You're on the phone. You got to walk to school tomorrow. Oh, why do I have to watch? I'm like, why do I say the same thing every day? Jackson doesn't have class at the high school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I was just like, I went off on a tyrant.
I would think so, since the walk is literally 5 minutes.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and like that would set anybody off. Any parent would get set off at a child complaining at walking 5 minutes up the street.
Around the corner. If I had a strong enough arm, my husband has a strong arm. He could probably almost hit the school. It's a school, so it's literally around the corner.
And she complains about walking to the school. That's wild.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were. In fact, I'd have been shocked had you not gone off.
Yeah.
her
Well,
for
I was like,
complaining about that.
no, and that wasn't the fact that but then it was like I say the same thing every day. Like every day.
Do
Like
they
a
even
broken
listen?
record.
Do they
really
even
don't.
listen?
The one thing that Jason said, he was like, "What do you like with them being gone when they were both gone?" And I was like, the fact that like in the morning I don't have to fuss at people and say the same thing on
Yeah,
repeat.
you got to start off your mornings like
On
smooth
repeat.
and calm
Yes.
or whatever.
Not Alexa wasn't waking me up. Siri wasn't waking me up.
No
I
frustration.
still woke up. I woke up
Yeah.
earlier, actually.
Yeah.
I woke up earlier, but I wasn't saying to anybody, "Hey, get up, you gotta go, get up. It's 8 o'clock." You know what I mean? I'm
Messing
like,
up
how
your
can you
energy.
not wake up naturally, go to school at 8? How can you not wake up naturally at 8?
And then the school's so close.
And it's
Like
so
you don't
close.
even the same level of rushing isn't there because you can just stroll to school. Like you can literally grab your breakfast and stroll over to school. You don't got to
Yeah.
rush at all.
Yeah, Anyway, all right. So I found or saw some responses of people who were talking about their most interesting job, or some of them were just some of them were weird,
Yeah, definitely some of them
and
borderline
some
on
of them
weird.
were weird, some were interesting. So, all right, this guy's wrote, "I work in quality control for media. In one company, they occasionally paid me to watch porn to make sure it was in sync and in good quality for video on demand distribution."
That's hilarious. That's awkward. Like you're at work, and I guess they're probably doing that in a private room somewhere or whatever. And you like looking at the porn, then your manager comes by the door, and be like, "Ah, how's it going today?" You know, like
Yeah,
fine.
it's so
Like,
funny. He said I got the job by going to film school. This one person said, "I was a puppeteer for many years and actually got that job from an ad in the classifieds. It cracks me up that there's a scene in Being John Malkovich where he tries to find a puppeteer in the classifieds ads and fails."
a puppeteer.
Listen to this. "I work in a clinical lab where I play with baby sweat
What the
for a
fuck?
bit of my day. We are testing for chloride level. Increased chloride in sweat is one of the diagnostic markers for cystic fibrosis. The person's a clinical laboratory scientist. Not all clinical labs perform this test, but he's lucky enough to work at a lab where he does a couple interesting low volume tests."
I'm trying to think of when have I ever seen any of my children sweat as babies.
Yeah, baby sweat. Why would a baby
When
sweat?
how does
And how
my
do you
kids
get it? How do you?
sweat?
Uh-oh. Darn it. Shh.
Yeah, there
Uh-oh.
you go. You
Shh,
back?
hold on. What the heck? Am I back? All right.
Yeah.
That's crazy because my computer
Yeah.
locked.
Now it's delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right, hold
Now
on.
you are frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yeah. And you're back.
I'm back now. Yeah, that's because my wasn't clicking anything. I have this thing that I plugged in. My sister Laura told me about that keeps
Stop
your
for a second.
me.
Just don't move. Now talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now. Yeah. Your computer just need to catch up with you. So now you're back. Now.
I'm back. I'm caught up. Yeah, I'm not touching this. I wasn't touching anything, and I guess it just But I have this thing that I plug in, but I don't have enough plugs. Used to have an extender, but all my extenders get stolen by these rotten kids.
Oh
I had
my
one for
gosh.
my
Yeah.
iPad so I can plug multiple things in, one for my laptop so I can plug multiple things in. Because I have a thing that you plug in. It's a little thing you just plug in, and
Yeah.
it keeps your mouse moving just a tiny bit.
Yep.
So it never times out. So anyway, sorry, I timed out.
Yep. We'll edit that part out.
Yeah, we'll edit it out. But anyway, so yeah, baby sweat. How do you collect the baby sweat? You take a little vial and rub it
Yeah, I
in their
guess.
little
Oh, you gotta
cracks
use
and crevices.
motherfucking
Oh,
what do you call them joints that you clean your ears with?
a Q-tip?
Q-tips. Yeah, maybe
You
right
think
the
you get enough
Q-tip.
sweat to squeeze it out? How do you I have so many questions.
Yeah.
When do babies sweat? Like, do they have an
When do babies
exam?
sweat?
Like they're
Do they make
nervous
the babies
about what?
hot? They make the babies hot on purpose. They bundle them up,
Yeah.
put them in like a warm room, and then
Yeah.
squeeze their clothes out when they start sweating through their
Oh,
clothes.
listen to this. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I can't read with the one. I am a hostage survival trainer. I was working in international development within IT, and I was asked to go and sort out the finance system in Iraq back in 2007. Is he Jack? Is he what's his name? Jack Ryan?
Definitely
He's an
sounds like Jack
analyst.
Ryan. Starting off as an accountant and an analyst.
The ministry I was working in got attacked by the militia, and myself along with 4 guards got captured. Over time, the guards were killed, and I got released in an exchange deal after being held for 2.5 years.
God damn.
What? That's crazy.
That's
here's
scary
one.
too.
That is Jack Ryan's origin story. Concrete photographer. I just started this month. I studied geology in college, and now my job is to look at concrete using petrographic methods I learned at school and conduct ASTM tests to determine quality of concrete. Very interesting work because concrete is engineered rock, and there's a lot of it, and there's a lot more to it than you think. Okay. Well, was this on the list? It wasn't. House manager. I'm a house manager for a family of 4. Basically, I'm a female butler. I've worked for them for 14 years, starting as the kids' nanny. They were my second family, pretty much. I organized trade people, holidays, birthdays, daily meals, dinner parties, housekeeping, and the list goes on.
Yeah, one of the women was it on Housewives of Atlanta? She had a house manager when they went to her house. She was married to the white guy or whatever, and they had a party at the house, and she had a house manager there, or was it Married to Medicine?
Phaedra has a butler. Phaedra has a male butler.
Yeah, Phaedra has a butler, but no, it was one of like the guest women that kind of was somebody's friend.
Had a
party, and then they had a house manager there. Apparently, the house manager's been there for years. I mean, for a long time, whatever.
I don't remember. My sisters, one of my sisters, her bonus mom was the house manager to Bill Cosby. She ran the house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, back in the day, like when he was like that dude. Okay, here's another one. I clean grills for super rich people in Palm Beach. And
That's
I
pretty
even
cool.
got to clean Michael Jordan's at one point, and it was recommended to me from a friend who was in sobriety with me after I got clean. Well, isn't it awesome?
Wow, what kind of sobriety though?
That made you want to go clean grills, like just be like, let me put my head down and clean grills.
Or what kind of? I think the varying sobrieties is going to make me decide if I'm going to trust you in my house to clean my, as I.
Oh, okay.
If you're in there for like some hard narcotics, then I'm like,
No, they're clean, and they got the job from being clean with somebody else who's clean. So
listen, after watching The Sopranos and watching Christopher relapse over and over again, I'm like, you know what? Are you ever really clean? Or they say like every day is a journey, every day is a fight.
Every day is. Oh gosh, darn it!
You good,
Shane? No, I'm not. I am. I'll keep talking then, because this is. It's me. You know what I did? I touched the thing. It's so I'm the weak link. I keep hitting. The phone keeps hitting something. That's what it was.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I'm a potter.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm not sure if that fits the bill for weird. I used to manage a museum and arts I used to be the manager for a museum art school and began taking classes 3 years ago and eventually transitioned to become a full-time potter and a pottery teacher.
Live your best life.
Yeah. Um, oh, here's one. This was a person's past job. I worked at a whorehouse. I was the receptionist. Guys would come in and I'd buzz them in after confirmation of their appointment, from the intercom. They would enter, I'd check ID. Then I'd offer them a water or pop. So funny. Take payment. Then I'd call the girl from the intercom and she would lead them to the room. It was technically an adult massage parlor. They applied off Craigslist. Why does that surprise me? Went for the interview. The only rule was the receptionists cannot become escorts, and escorts cannot choose to be reception.
Whatever lane you started is the lane you got to finish in. You can't go ahead and you can't go from working the bar to working the pole like in the strip club.
They were like, I'm trying to keep people. Like we're trying to keep all of our sex workers and we're trying to keep our receptionists. So like there's no advancement in this job. So yeah. So anyway, that's a few of them.
Well,
all right, what do we have coming up? So we'll finish our list.
Continue with our list.
Right.
We're going to talk about the change in job market because there seems to be a uptick right now in openings and jobs. So we're going to talk about the upswing in job market and review things you can do to help secure you a position if you are out here looking. We're going to talk about some of the historical things that have gone into creating this drive or lack of drive for persons in the minority communities aspiring to be housewives or not wanting to be housewives or whatnot, and why that stigma exists in minority communities. We're going to talk about shit that we've done and shouldn't have done. We're going to talk about things that we wish we could do. We're going to beg you guys to please like and subscribe all of our shit.
They already do.
Please do. Please like, subscribe, tell folks about us, share it or whatnot. We are trying to do this full time, people. Work with us, please. Yes. Like, share, subscribe. You can find us pretty much anywhere your viewing pleasure takes you. If you want to listen to things and watch things, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on any sort of streaming platform. We'll have new episodes on Spotify since we've been keeping it classy the last couple of weeks or whatnot, I've been trying to be on my best behavior.
You've done a good job.
I've been the weak link in my verbiage being used on this podcast. So I'm doing my best to be my best, y'all.
Yes. You know what? And you're winning. You're being successful. So.
I hope your mom appreciates it because I hear her in the back of my voice.
Mom, I don't think she's listened or watched because she's not said a thing.
Or maybe she's just gotten used to it. Maybe she's.
Yes. Yesterday was her birthday. Happy birthday. Happy belated
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So anyway. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shane.
You're welcome. Thank you for being a wonderful partner. I appreciate you.
Thanks. See you soon.